players whose actually performance was better than many of the top claimed best players in the world, even though their recognition wasn't able to make them get it out of the shadows. So get ready, because this is my top 5 most underrated players in the Storm series. The spot number 5 goes to Racelocks. It's pretty sad that the first player who actually started the combo cancels get to be part on this list, but unfortunately Racelocks didn't get the highlight he deserved. Maybe because he didn't got into many tournaments and many clan battles. Either there was many recorded battles of his on YouTube, but Racelocks was one of the most feared and respected players in the competitive zone back in the day in Generations. He was one of the very first players on abuse the cancels into tilt and make flashy moves, to make things more funny to watch. So because of all that, Racelocks get the spot number 5. Now, here's another thing with Jay. He got recognition, but not as much as he deserved. He was maybe one of the greatest players of Storm 2, or in my opinion, the greatest one. Even when people claim that I was either me or TG Flow the greatest, nobody won as many tournaments as Jay did. He was also able to master all characters in Storm 2 and most of them in Storm 3. He didn't got really into Generations, but he was dominant in the two games that he played. Also, Crazy J was one of the few players using most of the characters and making them look completely viable. He had a lot of ways on abusing and playing the game that he was just pretty unexpected and pretty much unpredictable most of the time. He was also able to make Shino champion back in the Storm 2 tournament, which was almost pretty impressive because nobody uses Shino, and when I say nobody, literally nobody uses Shino. So for that and many other reasons, Jay takes the spot number 4. Now, maybe you never heard of this player, but Endoshin was one of the first players on doing flashy stuff in Storm 2. Unlike Masato River, Endoshin was able to defeat and actually to use this flashy stuff against meta players, Sasori users, Tsunade users, Itachi users, and let me tell you something, he was even able to defeat them. I believe that he didn't get much attention or the highlight that he deserved due to his inactivity. I mean, he was barely online and most of the time he played, he did player battles instead of ranking, so his style was only known for the people that used to play with him. Even though Endoshin was one of the first people using full-out combos with supports, so the spot number 3 goes for this amazing Italian player. Now, this is a funny fact in here. Did you know that Slayer was the best Storm 3 player before the patch? It's funny to think that his reign got stopped after the patch due to that his best weapon was Kiva, even though Slayer didn't get and still doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. He was the very first player on abusing all meta ways in Storm 3. The guy just had so much patience and fun playing the game that he was able to play with anyone and actually abusing him or her in a good way. He didn't have a great performance during the clan battles, but when it came about tournaments and individual challenges, Slayer was dominant and was founder of one of the greatest clans in Storm 3, which was Milfjord. So the spot number 2 goes for this awesome player, what I like to call the Uncrowned King. Spot number 1 goes to a sad story. Negas Corrosive, or better known just as Skaro, was one of the greatest players in Generation. In fact, 4th greatest. He was able to play with all the characters in all the ways and brought many victories to his clan, the Exiles. So why was he underrated? Maybe because there wasn't many recorded data about him, and the only data that was there got deleted by Denoch, or maybe just because he didn't want the recognition of others. He played for his own fun and was a great example about this, and did great things such as taking almost by himself Hit Clan and making it through semifinals in the Golden Tournament. Unfortunately, he stopped caring about Storm in Storm 3. Skaro didn't like the slow mechanic Storm 3 offered compared to Generations, and with all this he got forgotten. Even though all the top players had respect for this awesome guy, probably the only top player who was actually humble. If you liked the video, please comment and subscribe and share it with your partners. If this is the first time you are in here, I will just want to let you know that I will still be making videos like this. Comment what top 5 you would like to see for the next video, and I hope that guys that you enjoy, and see you next time.